Welcome to the Crimson Engine. My name is Rubidium. The other day I was shooting some BTS for this camera, the C200, my Canon 5D Mark III. And it was getting really frustrating trying to get focus and zoom and get the position that I wanted. And so I spent the next day converting my DSLR into more of an ENG style camera. This is what I ended up with. So basically I have the 5D Mark III mounted on the Shape shoulder mount. But then what I was able to do is incorporate these iCan PD movie units that are basically remote follow focuses to carry a signal from the handle or the handles up to the camera so that I can have it on my shoulder and I can still zoom in and out. And on this side, I can use the wheel for focus. I also have my TV Logic 5-inch top mounted for my view because obviously I can't see the back of the camera when it's mounted like this. And full frame with the L series 24-70 2.8 with a nice big bright monitor center mounted. I can basically, keep my arms tight to my body and either sit down or stand up and shoot some really great footage with this. It just gives me a total ENG style setup where I can zoom, focus. The only thing I can't control is exposure. But when you're shooting ENG style, you're probably going to be at f8 or f11 with maybe 2 stops of ND on if you're outside. And you're basically just able to not have to leave it on autofocus, which can be a real liability, but focus with just my thumbs here on the side of the camera. I probably, if I was using this more than a day, I'd probably want to run a V-mount off the back here of those bottom 15mm rails that would power the monitor and the camera. The Moto Minis, both the push and pull and the wheel style, come with batteries. You can power them externally through USB, which is great. And my Bebop batteries have a little USB out. So I guess I probably would just either put 2 of them on if I was going to need to do this all day, or if I could just swap the USB over at lunch. The way it works is you have a transmitter here and a receiver up on the rails. Then you need to add some teeth, some gears to your lens if you're using an L series stills lens, so that the motor can get a grip on what it's doing. And you just turn it on, it calibrates itself, or you calibrate it. You have to calibrate it with these kind of lenses because there's no hard stops. And then you're off and racing. I was able to shoot for a couple of hours with no problems at all. None of the sort of fatigue that you get by holding a DSLR in front of yourself. The monitor was nice and bright. I could see it outside. I did have to change the batteries out a couple of times. But yeah, these work great. I got some awesome footage. It used to be that remote follow focuses were only for very high end. They cost tens of thousands of dollars. Now more and more are making them way into kind of a prosumer level. They don't have the range and they may not have the accuracy of the super professional models. But if you're using them, just a couple of feet or less than a foot from the receiver, you're able to combine them to do a multi-channel setup where you have 2 different remotes and 2 different receivers. You're able to get some really good results. That is my look at transforming your DSLR into an ENG style camera setup. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you next time.